So we all know that cross stitch and hand embroidery is everywhere. And I love that people of all generations are doing this. When I was younger and before I was really a quilter, this is what I was doing. It's what I could afford. It was portable, and I just didn't have the time or the education to know how to quilt. Well, I'm thrilled that hand embroidery and cross stitch is back. Last year, we launched a club called Needle Minder of the Month Club by Bev McCullough of Flamingo Toes. That sold out so fast, and when I got the email last week that Bev and her team are once again going to be doing the Needle Minder of the Month Club, I said, oh yes, please. So many people were disappointed they couldn't get in the club because there's a finite number of spots. Bev and her team are a small group of mighty, energetic women, but like anything, where they're making these boxes by hand. They're filling these boxes by hand. No machine is doing that. There is a set amount of space. So let me tell you how the Needle Minder of the Month Club worked for last year and how it's almost the same, but even a little bit better. This is one of the things that Bev is most known for. Besides being an incredible fabric designer and pattern designer, she designs fabric for Riley Blake. Look at all these needle minders, and this is just a small amount of her needle minders. What's a needle minder? Exactly what it says. When you're done stitching, put your needle right there, and you know exactly where that is. As a hand embroiderer and cross stitcher, when you find your favorite needle, not just any needle will do, you want your favorite needle, and therefore a needle minder is worth its weight in gold. I love that. Each month, Bev will be putting a brand new needle minder we've never seen before in that box. So that's already incredible. And just like last year, there'll be a cross stitch pattern, or you could do the design in hand embroidery. So whether you love cross stitch or you love hand embroidery, there's a pattern for you. In fact, this here is the first pattern that she did in her series last June. And it was a July project, as you can see, kind of patriotic looking. I stitched it, and I decided I fell in love with the paisleys and polka dot frame. So I put that together, spray painted it, put some fabric behind it, and how cute is that? So this is kind of the essence, right? This is kind of the size that you can expect. If you love hand embroidery, you can pick whatever cloth you want on the background. For that reason, there'll be no Aida cloth or embroidery cloth in there. You get to choose that. I love that. It gives you a chance to customize that. You'll also be getting all of the embroidery floss. How amazing is that? You don't have to carry embroidery floss over from one month to the next. Every time you get a beautiful pink box, it'll have brand new skeins of embroidery floss. The other thing Bev is doing, if you do choose the hand embroidery version, last year you would get your design, but you had to trace that onto your background fabric. Now she's even included an iron-on transfer. Bev, you're amazing. Thank you. Thank you for doing this. And here's the amazing thing. All of that, you get a beautiful box and everything I just said for $24.95 and a small shipping charge. That's it. I just think it's incredible that she does this. You can imagine Bev's not getting rich doing this. She does this because she loves making makers happy. So thank you so much, Bev, for doing this. Incredible. Some things I want to point out to you that you can get ready for. I've already filmed a learn how to cross stitch, because that's what I'm hearing most of lately has been cross stitch. Aida cloth, I've talked to you about that in the learn to cross stitch video. 14 count is a great option. That is the size I chose here. You could choose a solid, kind of white or off-white. You could choose like malted milk that has a little bit of a model look, or different colors. Put you in the driver's seat. What do you want that background to look like as you stitch the design? If you are going to be doing cross stitch, just remember you're going to need a hoop of some kind unless you want to do something called stitch in hand. Most people who do cross stitch prefer to have a hoop just to kind of stabilize everything nice and tight, and then it frees up your hands, right, to do the cross stitch, whether that's a plastic hoop, wooden hoop, whatever that is. The needles that I have been cross stitching with lately, I I love these needles. They're from a company called Peacemakers, and it's a tapestry needle, size 24, 26 to me. They're almost interchangeable. That's me. Those are my go-to needles right now. I love that I can thread the eye of that needle without needing to have assistance, but I also love that the tip of that needle for cross stitch has been dulled. That means my needle wants to go right inside the hole of the Aida cloth and not anywhere else. Whereas needles like the Richard Hemming size 4 that are very sharp are what you should be using for hand embroidery because they pierce that fabric so beautifully. These types of needles right here, the Peacemakers and the John James, that are perfect for cross stitch. They belong over here with the Aida cloth and the hoops. The Richard Hemming size 4 is a great choice for that hand embroidery. And of course, you can always get our guide here. If you want to do some extra fancy stitches with your hand embroidery, be sure to check that out. But the most important thing is to get your spot in this club. As I said, Bev and her team are a small group of women that put all this together, but they have a finite amount of boxes they can make every month. So I didn't get as many spots as I would have liked, but I want to see you in this club. So head to the Shabby website right now. Take your friends with you, get your spot in this club, and be sure to pick up any other items you might need.